Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on learning how to read and play melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. Plus, you can help feed a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on pages 88 and 89. This is the last duet in the book. This is Shenandoah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We're looking at number 164, the duet for Shenandoah. This is on pages 88 and 89, so it's 2 pages long. This is in 4/4 time. It has a pickup measure, and the tempo is marked gently flowing. Quarter equals 90, so there's your 90. Let's take a look at the guitar 1 part first. As I mentioned, this does have a pickup, so that's going to be counted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then you have your half note D. Then you are playing a dotted quarter and eighth note figure in the next measure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. So technically not very challenging, but you want to make sure you're counting through the long notes so that you and guitar 2 stay together. Beginning of the second system on page 88, we have a D tied over from the previous line, and then we have a G, F sharp. Make sure that's on the second fret with your second finger. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, if both parts are counting correctly in the third system, you're going to be playing the same rhythms, not the same notes, but the same rhythms for a while. So at the first measure of the third system, we have a D tied over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, counting. 2, 3, 4, 1. These next notes are all just open strings. Then a D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now you have that dotted quarter eighth figure that I just played. This is the last system of page 88. 3, 4, and 1. The guitar 2 is going to play exactly what you play. They're going to repeat, or I should say echo, in the next measure. So if you play this, and you immediately hear the other guitar player playing right after you, You are both correct. It's supposed to be that way. And then 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now the whole first page, guitar 1 is playing the melody. Guitar 1 is also playing the melody. On the second page, we're just in a different key. Now we're kind of centered around A. And we have some more sharps. So beginning of the first system of page 89. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. C sharp, 2nd fret, and F sharp, 2nd fret. And then you're going to move away from first position just briefly while you play this A with your 4th finger, G sharp with your 3rd finger on the 4th fret, and play this F sharp with your 1st finger, so you can play those 3 notes without having to shift anywhere. And then beginning of the next system on page 89, second system, you can go back to first position. First position just means your 1st finger is residing at the 1st fret. So we have some more F sharps and C sharps. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Now in the third system on page 89, that last note is a C sharp because of that rule of accidentals. We have a C sharp on beat 2, and that carries through the measure. So we have 2 C sharps in that measure. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, C sharp. Now in this next system, what I like to do, all these notes are on the 2nd fret. You can just mash those down with 1 finger if you like. That'll sound just fine. Then to an E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're both counting through all this. You have a dotted again. Now while you are playing this dotted half note C for 3 beats, make sure you're counting that because guitar 2 has some quarter notes through all that. So you want to make sure you stay in sync. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have an A at the end, and we have fermatas, so you hold those extra. That takes care of guitar 1. Let's take a look at guitar 2. At the beginning, while guitar 1 has a half note, guitar 2 has 2 quarter notes. And again, that'll be counted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have some dotteds. 1, 2, and 3, 4. F sharp on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then back to a G. Then you have a long series of quarter notes. So guitar 1 is, and the melody is holding out some longer notes, but guitar 2 is playing quarter notes all through this second system. So from the E, 1, 2, all quarter notes all the time. So be nice and steady. And then in the third system, 1, 2, 3. And as I mentioned with the guitar 1 part, make sure guitar 2 is holding through those long notes. Count through the long notes so you're all together. And also in this third system, as I mentioned earlier, for a little while, both parts are in rhythmic unison. Rhythmic unison means you're both playing the same rhythms, not necessarily the same notes, but the same rhythms. So in that third system, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. There's that F sharp again, 4th fret, 4th string. Back to F sharp, 2, 3, 4. And then in this third measure of this system, all these notes are open, no fingers. Pretty easy. Last system of the first page of this, or I should say page 88, we have a B, 1, 2, then rest on beat 3 and 4. Make sure you're muting on those rests. Touch that string to make it stop. And as I mentioned, you, guitar 2, are echoing guitar 1. So in the first measure of the last system on page 88, guitar 1 has 3, 4, and then right after that at the beginning of the second measure of that system, you are echoing. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And another half note rest, 2 beats of rest. Make sure you're muting on that rest. And then we move to page 89. Guitar 2 has a rest, another half note rest, I should say, in the first measure of the first system of page 89. And again, you're echoing guitar 1 a little bit. So you play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, counting through the longer notes. And then we have a C sharp, second finger, second fret, second string, and then an F sharp, second fret on the first string. There's a C sharp again right here. And this C is also a C sharp. As I mentioned when talking about the guitar 1 part, we have our rule of accidentals. We have a C sharp on beat 2 of this measure. There's another C later on in the same measure on beat 4. Because of that rule of accidentals, that sharp carries through to that C sharp as well. So we have 2 C sharps in that measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of C sharps for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now a G sharp. That's going to be first fret, third string. And a lower C sharp. That's going to be on the fifth string, fourth fret with your fourth finger, and then to a D. Make sure you count all 4 beats of that D whole note. And then we have a half note rest, so make sure you're counting through that as well. So from the D whole note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then F sharp, G sharp, A, 2, 3, 4, 1. So watch those C sharps again, second fret, and then E, 2, 3, C sharp, D, C sharp. Then you have a half note rest in the second measure of the last system, so make sure you're muting on that rest. And then jump up to this higher A. Use your fourth finger for that. That's going to be finger 4 on the A, finger 3 on the G sharp on the 4th fret, finger 1 on the F sharp, 2nd fret, so you can play all those notes without shifting. And then when you play this open E, go ahead and shift back to first position, and then D, and then C sharp at the end with a fermata. Your assignment is to practice both parts of Shenandoah on pages 88 and 89, and as always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order your own copy of Melody Guitar Book 2. You can watch all the videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own book that you can read from and write in, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 90 for the last lesson in Melody Guitar 2. You're going to learn the sharps and flats up and down the 6th string and the blues scale.